Ain't no half step on Marcus J, live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Y'all rock with us. We roll with y'all. We appreciate everybody that's checking in with us. Shout out to our brother Ronald, who's checking in with us tonight on Facebook Live. Peace, brother. Bring your ass up in here in the studio.
Hello, Ronald.
Yeah. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. All right. So this is the final segment of the night before we go into our rants and we go into our closings. And we teased it, and we got good conversation going during the break. Hopefully it will continue during this final live segment of the evening when Mr. 3375, he teased us and then he dropped the mic and I went to break and people didn't get a chance to say their piece. And Mr. 3375, what you had said again, what you had said?
I had said, with everything that's going on with Trump, Hillary, whatever, what is your opinion about the new First Lady?
Now, I would like for the ladies in the room to comment on that before the fellas, because, First Lady, I want to know what the ladies think. Ash, you got a mic in your hand, and yes. I know you got a comment.
I do.
Because you got comment.
I have several.
You got comment written all over your face.
I think I'm a very liberal person. I believe that people should be able to do whatever they want to do so long as they don't hurt me or anybody else. You know what I mean? And I do feel that Melania, I think she is the epitome of all that I believe. If you believe, you will achieve. She said, and she believed. This woman woke up and said, I want to go to the United States. She came. She got here. When she got here, she said, I'm broke. I want a sugar daddy. She got it. And not only did she get the sugar daddy, she got the richest one. And she had his baby, so she knew she was always going to be taken care of. And then, actually, before that, she actually got married to the dude, so she knew she was good. Trump's prenups usually last for about 10 years. She's been in 10 years. She held her own, gave the man a kid. And then she just said, I want one more thing. I'm just going to keep on saying. I want to be the first lady. She believed. She achieved. I feel like no matter what you do, that's all it is. All you got to do is believe. All you have to do is believe. All you have to do is know. You can manifest anything. All you have to do is have faith, work diligently, and say, I can be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be. She came from over the seas to the White House of the United States of America.
Yo.
I cannot at all hate on her. I'm telling you, and for real, she bad. She look good. She walk around with her little eyes and her little, and she actually got up and gave a speech. She didn't even write it.
Plagiarism.
I mean,
She had somebody else. Exactly. I'm just telling you. Michelle Obama wrote it. She had the best speech writer write her speech. And she went up there and she said what she had to say. I'm just telling you, believe. I don't care where you come from. You can come from the lowest of the low and get to the highest of the high. I'm Team Melania.
Ain't no half step on Marcus J. Let me get a comment in. This next comment is very, very personal for me, so just bear with me for a minute. This brother says, I used to rush home from work to watch Jeopardy. Now I watch my family, my first cousin Marcus J on Legacy Internet Radio, and it's the truth. Love is love, knowledge is power. My big cuz Mike is checking me out, checking us out. Brother, love you, man. Thank you for checking us out, and thank you for the kind words, man. Much love to you, brother. Ladies, continuing on, Tony, you got a brand new first lady of the United States of America, Melania Trump. Melania Trump is the first lady of the United States. What you think?
Can she fully speak and read English?
I don't know. But do you think she can fully?
Because I think a major role of the First Lady of the United States of America is to travel around making speeches, empowering the youth, especially young girls and women. But can't nobody understand her.
You can't understand her? I mean, all you need
She
is
can
a
pay for a
subtitle or
translator.
two. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, in
There's
the
no-
world of
right.
social media, she fits with the Kardashians and all of this hype about.
But this is the White House. This is the first lady.
Do you see that she does not? She did not. I don't agree. She didn't know where she was getting ready to go. She just knew. Her husband said, "Wake up today. I want to be the president, and you're gonna be the first lady." Because every time you see her, she looks like a deer in headlights.
Every time.
Because she
Every
doesn't
single
understand.
time.
Because she don't speak
Them
English.
naked pictures came out, right? Now they talked about Michelle because her arms was bare, quite lovely and classically, I think.
Always.
But this woman can be naked, naked, and it's okay. So they say you need to put on your red dress now. Red dress is a signification of a Jezebel, right?
Or power.
No
She also
power
wore
there.
that pussy bow shirt. We forgot that after Trump said grab him by the P word, the next day Melania comes out with a pussy bow tie shirt.
that he
telling
made
you,
her
this
wear.
lady
She's
does
a
what
mail
she
order
told.
bride, and she's gonna be our first lady, and I feel some type of way about that.
Yeah,
really sad.
well, never mind. I'm not gonna comment. Tia and then Shayna. Tia, what's your thoughts?
I don't judge.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
I don't judge, so I have nothing. She's the first lady. Congratulations. I really hope she takes her role seriously.
Translation:
That's
she
all.
whack as hell. Shayna, because I know that's what that was.
I wish you all the best.
Yeah, I know that's what that was. Yeah.
Now, Melania, she played her role. She was the side joint to the main wife, and she stuck in there. She had a baby. She got married. She was there. I mean, I don't know exactly what she do for Donald Trump, but make him look, I guess, better or whatever. But she does.
But let one of us do that. We thought.
You're right. Yeah, and
Absolutely,
you're
from the
definitely right.
projects, because that's
Hello?
where she came from.
Single
She came
parenthood.
from the hood. Yeah, she
Yes.
definitely from Russia, right? She from Russia.
Soviet Union.
Yes.
One of the
Mail
Soviet
order.
countries.
Yeah.
Mail order.
Well, she can't. She could barely speak English. She just a pawn. He just using her, I guess. But I mean, after all them years, he probably love her now. But
You know what?
Y'all are cold blooded, man.
I mean, let's be
y'all a
real.
tough crowd.
If
like
they-
If
seriously.
we can put some
Team
positivity
Melania, I'm
in
with
this,
you.
just a little bit of
Hold on,
positivity.
Tia, go ahead.
Just a little bit of positivity. Hopefully, she takes this role and turns it around to something we do not
Right.
expect.
Let me-
That's
let-
what I can put in there.
Let me say this, right? I mean, because one thing that I ain't going to do is, I guess the phrase that is floating around the internet is slut shame. You know what I mean?
I'm not
Like,
gonna do that, but
right.
the truth is the truth.
Right,
What they
right,
did
right.
to Vanessa Williams.
And I got
Why
you.
they ain't stealing her crown?
I
Get
know,
out of here.
I got you. One thing that I did, because for me, I'm just not built that way. I'm not built for judging somebody on what their past was. But, however, when you ascend to certain levels of prominence in, consciousness, then your past is a little bit different than our past. Having said that, she was illegal. She came to the country to go to school, and she got a job as a model. You ain't supposed to be working. So technically, that made her an illegal alien.
Alien, hello, but you want to send the immigrants and build
That,
walls?
that technically, no, I hear the passion coming back out. Technically, that makes her an illegal alien. Now, it's supposedly unfair to compare one to the other, but I'm going to do that because, quite frankly, it's my damn show and I can do that.
Hey,
When we look at how Michelle Obama has been and was treated throughout the last 7+ years as the First Lady of the United States of America, you mentioned earlier, they talked about her arms, they talked about how she looked, her dress, and all that kind of stuff. I'm be honest with you, maybe it's because I'm a black man, and black women are by far the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen in my life. I can't even express how I feel about black women. Like that's the alpha and omega for me. No disrespect for pretty white girls, but you don't do it for me. So when I look at Michelle Obama, I'm like, damn, you fine. Like, she's tall and stately, and she looks good in dresses, and she looks good in jeans, and she looks good in sneakers.
Converse,
Like, I know, and I'm being
You're
from
right over there.
being from Jersey, I know if I slapped a pair of Timbs and the Yankees fitted on her, she would look dope as hell with that too. She bad. Like, she bad. She real bad. And like before her, we had like these pantsuit wearing, librarian looking. George Bush's wife looked like George Washington. I mean, like, you know, I mean, and now this particular first lady, you know, she like taking her clothes off and posing with girls. And hey, look, I like girls that like girls. I like girls. Let me finish before you jump on me now. Hold on now. Let a brother finish.
Right.
I like girls who like girls.
Okay, now.
I like guys who like guys. I like guys who like girls. I like girls who like guys. I like everybody. I don't care. What I'm saying is the first lady of the United States of America was butt-ass naked in pictures with girls.
Hello.
And that's just a little different. I mean, we just leave it at that. That's just a little different. But they had trouble. They had trouble with the current first lady's naked arms. So my whole thing is, are we going to be fair? Are we going to throw stones at her the way they threw stones at Michelle Obama? I don't know if they are. Ash, jump in
Okay,
here. Because you giving me the face like, please shut up so I can talk.
Slightly, but
Yeah.
this is the real truth, though. I love you, but here's the real truth, though. People always support their family. And, you know, the Republicans were the ones that always had something negative to say about Michelle, not really the Democrats. Now that the tables have turned, the Democrats are saying something negative about Melania, not really the Republicans. So when we say, are we going to be fair, are we going to be fair, the fairness is people support their family, right or wrong. People always dislike the opposing side, right or wrong. But if we bring it back to Melania, the reason why I have no malice towards her, I don't really have malice towards anybody, but I have no malice towards her because as a woman, I cannot hate on another woman for the things that her man does. And I really do believe that what somebody just said, Trump just woke up one morning and said, listen, you know, wife, I'm about to run for president, get ready. And she said, okay, you know, but how can we hate her for his policies and the things that he's doing? How can we hate her for his crimes? And I will extend that same thing to Hillary. I was not a fan of Hillary, but a lot of the accusations that she received during her campaign were the flaws of her husband. It's like, your husband's not running. Matter of fact, your husband dogged you out while he was in the house. So why are we accusing her for the stuff that he did? Switch it back to Melania. Why are we accusing her for the stuff that Trump did?
I think it's more or less how she's presenting herself, not so much what her husband is doing.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. One thing I do respect about Melania, she's been real from the streets since day one. From the Russian streets all the way to the White House streets, that ever been posing naked. She came out with the pussy bow thing. That's who she is.
My issue has nothing to do with Donald Trump's views. My issue is that being the first lady of the United States is a job, and I don't think that she has the mental aptitude to be the first lady of the United States of America. That's my issue.
She don't, but you know, she gonna be up there with her nice dresses on, looking like a centerfold. And that's what
I'm gonna say one last thing, then I'm gonna drop the mic on this.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, most of the first ladies do not have the mental aptitude. To be very honest, the only first ladies that I know in history was oh my gosh, Theodore Roosevelt, Eleanor Roosevelt was one, Jackie O, and then Michelle Obama. Those were the three that really set a standard. But like Laura Bush and Barbara Bush didn't do nothing. I don't even know who Reagan's wife was. Most of these people had. And Nancy, excuse me. I'm sorry, I take that back. And Nancy Reagan. Yeah. But a lot of women didn't do much. So Michelle really set a standard, and she set a bar high. And you know, but I don't think that Melania.
The only thing that I will say to that, and I please don't take this the wrong way, but I will say that what we often do is we speak on what we see right now as the standard bearer, and that's a bit unfair because we had some real dope ass first ladies, and we can go through history and we can go through them, and I'll just kind of do that real quick. When we talk about Hillary Clinton, she just ran for president. I mean, obviously Michelle Obama, you know, Nancy Reagan basically was the president for that whole second term. You know, we know Betty Ford had a whole thing that she did that got people clean and sober, and they still going to the Betty Ford
Okay,
clinic.
you're right. I'm wrong.
You
I
know,
stand corrected.
so I don't want to do that.
stand corrected.
And I appreciate that. I don't want to leave that as the record, but I am willing to give each of them a chance because everyone deserves one. And one thing that I will say about first ladies of the United States, or first gentlemen, if it had been Bill Clinton, they didn't choose this. Their partners chose this. They didn't choose this. And so if you choose to go inside the White House and just chill, I don't know that I would feel comfortable judging you for that. I think that you should do more than chill. But I'm willing to give Melania Trump and her husband, the president-elect of the United States, number 45, Donald Trump, a chance. Largely because I understood where the right was coming from when they was like, we need a change with regards to how things go in Washington. Now, I didn't like Donald Trump. I don't want him to be the president of the United States. But I did understand that thought process. And I watched him already start walking back some of the stuff that he said that he was going to do. And so I'm very interested and, quite frankly, confused about what's going to happen. Now, I'm going to keep it 100 again. This is going to sound real kind of not cool. But most people in the middle class of this country, of which I am part of, are going to see very little change to their life because of Donald Trump. You just are. Rich people might see a change. Poor people might see a change. But those folks in the middle class who got a good job, whose insurance is already through the job, whose car is set, whose house is set, whose life is set, whose kids is going to school, you already got your shit figured out, you probably not going to feel that much of a difference because you never do. The president doesn't affect your life like that. And so it's emotion. You emotional because you lost. Exactly. You lost. You mad because you lost. And so I get it. I can dig it. You don't want to lose. But we got to be grown-ups about this. We can't throw stones at Melania Trump because she's an illegal alien. Yes, keep it 100. She isn't illegal. You know, but we can't throw stones at her because she ain't do nothing. All she did was be married to the dude that's the next president. So we got to be mindful of that. I'm going to ask another question before we go and take our final break of the night. I teased this in social media. I teased this in social media. I asked, and I want to ask the room, what y'all think about this question. I've been debating a lot of folks, just as I'm sure you guys have been debating a lot of folks on social media, mostly during the election cycle of 2016, probably before an election cycle of 2012, but just in your personal life, in every relationship that you had. Here's the question. Because you and I disagree, does that make me wrong?
No.
Because you and I disagree, does that make me wrong? Now, let me give you the backdrop. You've got a lot of folks in this country that are divided. You had half the country vote for Donald Trump. And half the country, when we split hairs with the difference in votes, she got more than him, but wasn't that much more when we talk about the reality. So half the country wanted him, half the country wanted her. Then there's a few of us who's like, hey, they both ain't shit. But we're so divided. We're fighting. You know, when we're debating folks on the right and they're making their points, a lot of them ain't even trying to hear you. And when you're on the right and you're debating folks on the left, a lot of them ain't even trying to hear you. And when you try to make your point in your mind as you lay it out so eloquently, you think it's the dopest point. You think that no one could dispute it. Next thing you know, they come back, they rip your point to shreds, at least in their mind, and now you get to be wrong again. So I asked the question, because if we disagree, does that make me wrong?
So my response to that question is always, an opinion can never be wrong. It's not a fact. It's an opinion. It's how someone feels about something, what they believe. Too many people feel like it's their responsibility to convince the other person why they should agree with whatever it is that they're saying. So, I'm with Tia here. Like, I don't get into those discussions about politics, very rarely about religion, because some people can't accept that we can agree to disagree. But I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with you all day to try to convince you why what I believe is right or better and makes more sense than what you believe. So it's just knowing that, you can share your views and your opinions, and then at the end of the day, shake hands and walk away. And a lot of people just can't do that.
Our brother Charles Mike is still listening. He says that he agrees with me on the First Lady Michelle Obama being a dime, Tim's and a fitted. That's somebody from Jersey talking like that. He also says that he's speaking of Melania. She doesn't possess the moral compass to hold such a title. And then he says that because we disagree doesn't make one person wrong. So I'm getting his comments, and I appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother. For Journey, I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, I just was going to say we can all agree to be disagreeable. I don't hate Melania Trump. I think that she's a woman trying to survive, and I get it. But at the end of the day, I want my granddaughters to look up at the First Lady and say, she's someone that I can emulate. And okay, we all have those racy things we've done in our lives. We just don't have them out in the public. So for that, I don't blame her. What I will say is, to me, I don't see her as the First Lady in a world of Jackie O's and Barbara Bushes and Nancy Reagan's. And, of course, I would not want to go behind Michelle Obama. That's like getting on stage behind Michael Jackson. No, it's just not happening.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to challenge you. Why don't you see Melania in the vein of everybody? And we'll pull Michelle Obama out, because I think we're all, with all due respect to the folks in the room, I think we're emotional about her because she's a sister and she dope. So we'll pull her out.
I think she's educated. I think there's more to her than just being
and she,
a sister.
And she's
what
dope.
Has Melania done? What is she doing?
And she's dope.
Being on the arm of Donald Trump.
And I got you, but you can make that same argument about the other women that we mentioned, the other First Ladies.
This is true.
And so we don't know what she's gonna do. We don't know what she's gonna do.
This is true. So I guess we'll wait and see.
But you have to look at what they came
Marcus,
in
come back
with.
here.
Those other women were educated. They had some sort of experience doing something other than modeling.
What did Laura Bush do before George W. Bush?
I have no idea, but I'm sure she did something. And probably
She was a
went to an Ivy
librarian.
League. Hey,
Okay,
do you know it takes?
And you know what?
Exactly.
And you know what? And you know what? Melania Trump has a college degree from her country. So
That's what I'm saying. What is she supposed to do? I'm feeling like
she does. She has a college degree from a college in her country. Turn the mic on.
Yeah, she came here and took like one class and dropped out.
Oh no! And from her country, she
Right,
has
but
a degree.
That
But she was
airplane class
younger.
with them, yeah.
But doesn't matter
Over there,
though. I
playing
mean,
class.
honestly, this is indicative of the type of society that we live in
Yes,
today.
I
Quite
agree.
frankly, I think this is perfect. We are living in a society where strippers make a lot of money and are praised continuously on television and popular media. We are living in a society today where it's okay to brag about your threesomes. It's okay to brag about being wasted, not just being high, but being wasted and lit. This is the type of society that we're living in today. And quite frankly, the people of this country voted in a president who was about that life. He had no political value. He didn't wake up saying, he wasn't born saying, I want to be a president like a lot of other presidents. This man was saying, I want to be on TV. As a matter of fact, during his campaign, he was discussing a new show that he wanted to put on next year. That proved this ain't even a big deal to him. This is all a reality show. So for him to have this wife, it's not surprising because and for the country to vote him in, it's not surprising. So when we look at somebody like Melania and we want so much for her, knowing goodness well that that's not the type of woman that she is, all I can say is this is what we got. And I have to give her props though, for real, because she is very supportive of her husband. And not to bring relationships in this, a lot of us women are not supportive of our men. But her man said, I want to be president of these United States. And she said, okay, let's do that. Okay, I'm with you. And she was right there. I have to give her the props of doing that because in doing that, she knew that all all of her BS was gonna be exposed. This girl's twat is exposed on Facebook every single day. She didn't say, I don't want to do that. She was like, you want to be president? I'm right here with you. And when all the cards were stacked against her, because let's be honest, only me, I feel as though only the psychics knew that Trump was going to be president. The entire nation thought Hillary was going to win. So when all of the cards were stacked against her, she still said, I'm still going to stand by my man. So I can't hate her for being who she is. This is indicative of the type of society that we have today. We're not living in a moral society. We're living in a society that says shit is sugar. That's the truth. So if we're gonna be mad at her, we have to really be mad at the machine that created her.
I don't think anybody's mad though. I think we should change the verbiage.
Then why are we surprised?
Sleep.
Because we talk about, okay, I don't want my kids to look at her as a role model. Your kids should never be looking at nobody on TV as a role model. Your kids should be looking at you as a role model.
Okay.
If your kids looking on TV as a role model,
we're not gonna talk. Ash, I got you. Journey, jump in.
I made that statement because I don't want my granddaughters to look at her and emulate her. I have my thoughts about Beyonce, and she's not the first lady, and I feel the same way. I don't hate Melania. She's going to be the first lady. It's inevitable. I'm not going to lose any sleep because I know my role and what I need to do for my community and what needs to be done past this January inaugural whatever is getting ready to happen. So at the end of the day, I think the whole thing is, to me, like I said earlier, she represents reality TV, what we see every single day. The Kardashians are bigger than the president right now. So at the end of the day, this is what people want. So hey, go for it.
Ain't no half-step on Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. I agree with that. I think, our country is so full of judgment and so full of self-righteousness that we don't allow folks to be and do what they're going to, who they're going to be and what they're going to do. And everybody deserves a second chance. She did some really, questionable things socially, but the reality is a lot of the people that's judging her shook their ass and took their shirt off. So it's hard for me because I like to see people shake their ass and take their shirt off. So I'm going to judge her. I got no issues with Melania, other than the fact that she stole Michelle Obama's speech. Other than that, I got no issues with her. My issue is with her husband, and I'm going to hold his feet to the fire. She better not get rid of Michelle Obama's gardener. I'm going to have beef with her if she do that. If she do that, I'm going to have a problem with her about that. But I'm just not, the phrase that's floating around the social media right now is slut shaming. I'm just not interested and throwing stones at Melania because she did some crazy stuff when she was younger. I mean, if everybody in this room's young stuff came out, we probably wouldn't be able to run for president at all.
I know I can't.
I'm pretty sure that.
No, I can't.
So that would be difficult to do. Ain't no hashtag on Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Our brother Tavon, who was with us in studio earlier, he is with us in social media now. He said she is his Kim Kardashian, Kanye 2020. That's me talking, not him. Our sister Bryna is checking us out of New York. She is reminding us that we lost a great journalist today. Our sister Gwen Eiffel has passed away. She is saying that she watched her every week on PBS. So she's saying rest in peace to her. And she is thanking her for her integrity. Ain't no hashtag with Mark J. Live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. We're taking our final break of the night. We come back. Everybody going to talk their stuff and close out the show with their rant and their closing this hour philosophy. Marcus J. and the crew and you, we will be back in a few.
Yo, it's Big Rube, Legacy Internet Radio. You know what I'm rocking with. Ain't no half step with Marcus J. Check us out, www.legacy